today I have a kind of different quilting tool for you. So this is a Lego Dots kit. It is the messenger board set. I bought it earlier in the year and I don't think it's available anymore now, but there are much similar products that you can also get, which I've linked in the description below. This kit is, I think it was around $40, so that's Canadian, so it's a bit less in American dollars. And for that you get all of these kind of little pieces which you can use to help design quilts. So I get these like two little baseboards, and there's like a frame kind of pieces as well, but the main pieces are the shapes. And whilst this is kind of a fun tool to kind of design a quilt on, you'll probably still want to move over into a quilt design software like EQ8 or use Illustrator if that's what you like to do, or squared grid paper, in order to finish up the design. But it's kind of a fun way to play around with shapes and colours. So in my kit there's these pieces here, there's like these little square pieces, and these are kind of 1 by 1, but you could, depending on the scale of your quilt, you could decide that this is actually going to be much bigger, depending on how big you want these pieces to be. That's kind of a sneak to what I'm going to show you here. You also get these like quarter circles, so if you were making like a drunkard's path, for example, let me just pop that on there, you could, you'll have to kind of imagine that that outer bit is taken up, but you could then put squares here, here and here, and you have like a drunkard's path unit that you are more familiar with. And of course you can put other ones together to make larger circles. And so if you like to use make circle applique, for example, you have that option to make like larger circles, but you also have these single dot pieces as well. So that's three of the shapes, and then the other one in my kit is this arc kind of shape here. And so you'll find that you can take these quarter circles and they will also fit inside here and make that shape. And then you can imagine that that's a drunkard's path almost, with an extra piece in it. So it's like it's got an arc in the middle of the curve, so it's like a 3-piece curve block or curve unit. So an example of what I have here, so I kind of count the block as a rectangular block. This has 2 squares, which could be a rectangle when I sew them together, plus one of those arch blocks. And I don't have to make the background purple just because I have a purple plate here. I can play with other colours. I don't even have to have solids or even the same colours as I've chosen on here. I could have prints or whatever. It's just kind of so I can see the pattern in my mind. So with this one I have one block here, 1, 2, and then it mirrors itself, 3, 4, so it's 4 across, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. So obviously once I've planned it out, I can decide on the scale as to how big these squares are going to be, and then how big I need to make the templates for the curve blocks. So to make this I would have templates. I would make templates for the quarter circle part of the drunkard's path with its 1/4 inch seam allowance, the arc piece, sorry, with another 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then the concave part that finishes off the square. So I think that would be quite simple to make. It's just finding time to do it. So I do actually plan to make this quilt, and I have it pegged on the wall, so to remind myself that I am going to make this. I just don't know when I'm going to have time to get around to it, but I will definitely try it out as a possible design because I think it looks kind of cool. The other thing you can do if you don't want to make something that's as regular as this, like a repeating pattern or like this mirrored image type one that I've done, you could just completely freeform it if you wanted to. You know, just completely decide how many squares of a base plate you want to take up and just put bits and pieces all over until you have an all over design. And now look, I think that'd look really modern, and if you did that all in solids, for sure it would. And it's also kind of, even if you don't want to design one of these yourself on these Lego plates, if you have kids, I think they recommend this for ages 6 and up, you could give them this as a project to design their own quilts while you're sewing. So I think that that's kind of a nice idea as well. And so yeah, I think you can get these kits around $40 US, Canadian, sorry, $40 to $50 maybe, and they'll all have similar shapes, so you might even get some extra shapes which are kind of fun to work with as well. So I would say definitely check out Lego Dots. Some ideas of kits that would be good for kind of quilt planning are in the description below here. And also, if you want to subscribe to my channel for more content like this, I'd really appreciate that. I do try and post every couple of months a new video, but sometimes, you know, life gets in the way a little bit. But if you want to be notified of any new videos, that's the best thing to do. And I will see you again in the next video.